The air crackles with a familiar kind of fear. It seeps from the cold concrete walls, whispers through rusted bars, and clings to the tattered remnants of forgotten joy. It's the unsettling chill of a place once filled with laughter, now echoing with the silence of a tragedy best left undisturbed. This is the world of Poppy Playtime, a survival horror that plunges players into the heart of an abandoned toy factory, where the line between playthings and nightmares blurs into a terrifying spectacle. The game, a chilling masterpiece of suspense, unfolds like a twisted fairy tale gone wrong. It lures you in with the promise of nostalgia, the sweet and innocent allure of childhood memories. But beneath the surface, a darkness festers, a malevolence cloaked in bright colors and twisted grins. Poppy Playtime doesn't rely on jump scares, it weaves a tapestry of dread, slowly tightening its grip on your sanity until you're left gasping for air. Every corner holds the potential for terror, every shadow a lurking nightmare. The narrative unfolds through a series of VHS tapes, scattered like breadcrumbs through the desolate factory. Each tape offers a glimpse into the factory's past, a horrifying puzzle box revealing the fate of the employees and the dark secrets that led to its downfall. The tapes tell a tale of ambition and greed, of scientific hubris and its terrifying consequences. We learn of the experiments, the attempts to create life, to breathe sentience into inanimate objects. The factory floor becomes a graveyard of these experiments. Discarded toys, once brimming with the illusion of life, now lie broken and silent, their painted smiles twisted into grotesque parodies of joy. Each one a chilling reminder of the horrors that unfolded within these walls. The environment itself becomes a character, its decaying grandeur a testament to the darkness that took root. The player, armed with only a pair of extendable grabber hands, must navigate this treacherous landscape. The grab packs, initially tools for interaction, quickly become lifelines, allowing you to reach for distant objects, solve puzzles, and defend yourself against the lurking horrors. The VHS tapes, filled with grainy footage and distorted audio, serve as chilling preludes to the horrors that await. They offer glimpses into the minds of the employees, their descent into madness as the experiment spiraled out of control. We hear their pleas for help, their growing terror as they realize the true nature of their creations. The tapes are like ghostly whispers, painting a picture of a slow-burning horror that consumed the factory from the inside out. One tape in particular stands out. The voice of a scientist, his words shaky with fear, describes the company's crowning achievement, a sentient toy named Poppy. He speaks of her advanced AI, her ability to learn and adapt, and his growing unease about her true capabilities. His final words, cut short by a blood-curdling scream, echo through the empty corridors long after the tape ends. These fragments of information, pieced together from the scattered tapes, fuel the player's paranoia. And then there's Huggy Wuggy, the embodiment of childhood nightmares given terrifyingly tangible form. A creature of immense size, a grotesque parody of a cuddly toy with razor-sharp teeth lurking behind a perpetually frozen grin. He is the first horror the player encounters, a relentless pursuer that stalks the player through ventilation shafts and darkened corridors. His presence is heralded by the sound of his heavy footsteps, a slow, thudding rhythm that sends shivers down your spine. The first glimpse of his distorted form, a flash of blue fur and those cold, dead eyes, is enough to trigger a primal instinct to flee. He becomes the embodiment of the factory itself, a relentless force of nature that hunts you without mercy. But Huggy Wuggy is just the beginning. As you delve deeper into the factory's bowels, you encounter other creations, each more twisted and terrifying than the last. The factory itself is a labyrinth of interconnected rooms, each with its own unique brand of terror. There's the eerie silence of the abandoned break room, the flickering lights of the assembly line, the oppressive darkness of the ventilation shafts. Each location is rendered in chilling detail, every chipped paint fleck and rusted pipe adding to the atmosphere of decay and dread. The environment is more than just a backdrop, it's an active participant in the horror. It's a place where the walls seem to close in, where every sound could be a trick of the mind or something far more sinister. The factory becomes a character in its own right, a malevolent entity that feeds off your fear and desperation. And as you explore, you uncover more clues about the factory's dark past. One of the most unsettling aspects of Poppy Playtime is the way it plays with your expectations. Just when you think you've glimpsed the full extent of the horror, the game throws a curveball, introducing a new element that ratchets up the tension to unbearable levels. One such element is the introduction of the game, a twisted game show that takes place within the factory itself. This game within a game is hosted by a new antagonist, a sinister entity known only as the Prototype. The Prototype forces you to participate in a series of deadly challenges, each one designed to test your limits and break your spirit. Failure is not an option, as the consequences are always fatal. The game is a brilliant stroke of narrative genius, turning the player into a participant in their own nightmare. As you progress through the game, the narrative takes a terrifying turn with the introduction of Mommy Longlegs, a monstrous entity that replaces Huggy Wuggy as the primary antagonist. Mommy Longlegs, with her elongated limbs, distorted face, and unsettlingly cheerful demeanor, embodies a different kind of horror. She is a grotesque parody of a mother figure, her playful taunts and threats laced with a chilling undercurrent of violence. Mommy Longlegs is a master manipulator, playing mind games with the player, toying with their emotions. She sets traps, challenges your sanity, and forces you to confront your deepest fears. Her presence is suffocating, her laughter echoing through the factory like a death knell. Her introduction adds a new layer of complexity to the narrative. She is not just a mindless monster, she is intelligent, calculating, and driven by a twisted sense of purpose. Poppy Playtime, for all its terrifying brilliance, is a game that thrives on unanswered questions. It dangles threads of information before the player, offering glimpses into the larger narrative without ever fully revealing the truth. What happened to the employees? What is the true nature of the experiments? And what role does Poppy, the titular character, play in this twisted game? These unanswered questions linger long after the credits roll. They fuel nightmares, spark endless fan theories, and ensure that the world of Poppy Playtime continues to haunt your thoughts long after you've put down the controller. This ambiguity is one of the game's greatest strengths, allowing the player to fill in the blanks with their own fears and interpretations. Poppy Playtime, despite its relatively short playtime, has left an indelible mark on the horror genre. It's a game that understands the power of atmosphere, of slowly building dread and suspense. It doesn't rely on cheap jump scares or excessive gore. Instead, it creates a world so unsettling, so genuinely creepy, that it stays with you long after you've finished playing. The game's success can be attributed to several factors. Its unique art style, a blend of vibrant colors and grotesque imagery, is both alluring and repulsive. Its sound design, a masterful blend of ambient noises, distorted music, and chilling sound effects, is incredibly effective at creating a constant sense of unease. But perhaps the most crucial element of Poppy Playtime's success is its ability to tap into our primal fears. The enduring appeal of Poppy Playtime lies in its ability to resonate with a broad audience. On the surface, it's a horror game, a descent into a world of nightmares and terror. But beneath the surface lies a deeper layer of intrigue, a mystery that begs to be unraveled. This multi-layered narrative, coupled with the game's accessibility and engaging gameplay, has made it a viral sensation, captivating players of all ages and backgrounds. The game's popularity has also been fueled by its strong online presence. YouTubers and streamers have flocked to Poppy Playtime, their playthroughs and reactions further amplifying the game's reach and impact. This passionate community engagement has created a feedback loop, with the developers responding to fan feedback and incorporating it into future chapters of the game. Poppy Playtime, while confined to the walls of an abandoned toy factory, has implications that extend far beyond its digital confines. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition, the unintended consequences of scientific progress, and the dark side of human nature. The game's exploration of these themes, albeit through the lens of a horror narrative, adds a layer of depth and complexity rarely seen in the genre. It forces us to confront our own fears, our own capacity for darkness, and the fine line that separates creation from destruction. Poppy Playtime is more than just a game. It's a cultural phenomenon, a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of horror.